quality forecast from meteorologist Amber Wheeler.
Well, Arctic air is now heading in our direction. It's going to impact us Monday and Tuesday and give us a very steep drop in not just daytime highs, but of course those overnight lows. And we're looking at our likely frost and freeze potential for many of us. But take a look at the highs for today. We tied a record high of 85. That was the record set back in 1986. So it was a very warm day out there, unseasonably warm for us. And temperatures at this hour, they're still pretty comfortable. They're probably not going to fall much more than this. A lot of mid to upper 60s on the map, dew points in the 60s. So a little bit of patchy fog out there tonight. I have been watching a few areas with some patchy fog, not expecting that necessarily to really thicken up, but we'll watch for that patchy fog tomorrow morning. Next 24 hours, increasing wind, especially into Sunday morning as we've got that front pushing through. Early next week is when we'll see the cold and the frost and freeze likely for a lot of us. And then late week, we've got a big rebound with those temperatures warming back up pretty quickly. Here's the satellite and the radar. You can kind of make out what we're getting. That front's moving in and it's giving us enough lift to see a few showers. The model's being a little overly aggressive on where we could be seeing those showers, but nonetheless, you'll see here that as this front pushes in, we will get enough lift to see a few showers and maybe some thunderstorms. Severe weather's not anticipated. Of course, we follow all storms anyways, but I do think these could be loud for you because anytime you have these early morning storms, they are a lot louder than what we have during the day. And it all has a lot to do with just the composition of the environment overnight. Now, in terms of tomorrow and sunshine, we get a lot of sunshine to go along with the winds, and the highs tomorrow, they will be a little colder, cooler really, around 70 degrees. So we're going to start to feel the cool down, but you'll really feel it as we get into Monday. Now, the wind gusts are going to be pretty strong here, up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour, possibly stronger at times. It is going to stick around. The winds will stick around into Monday, and it's ushering in some cold air. Here are your wind gusts into Monday. You'll notice here that most of the day around 30 mile per hour wind gusts, so still pretty windy. And then the winds really drop off as we head into Monday night, early Tuesday morning. So the frost and freeze outlook, not expecting really any frost on Monday morning because we'll be so windy. It's kind of tough to make frost when you're really windy, but when we have those lighter winds on Tuesday, I think we could see some more freezing temperatures here along the north. This is not a hard freeze, and then probably some patchy frost on the south shore, and that is going to lift rather quickly as we do warm in the afternoon on Tuesday. So for Monday, temperatures in the 30s and the 40s, and keep in mind it's going to be really windy on Monday. Dress for 20s and 30s for wind chills. No real wind on Tuesday morning, but actual temperatures will be in the upper 20s to low 30s north, lots of 30s in the south. So this is going to be a pretty cold one for us both days. Wind on Monday, and then of course no wind and colder temperatures for Tuesday. This is not going to be a concern for pipes. We don't have that hard freeze for a long enough period. So we're watching for our vulnerable people, pets, and of course our plants. Any of those sensitive plants that don't care for the colder temperatures, you might want to cover them up or bring them in. Warm temperatures for now, and as we head through the next few days, again, there's that big cool down, that trough bringing in the cold air for a few days, but it does retreat off towards the east rather quickly, and then we'll have really warm temperatures in for the second half of the week, and they'll probably linger into the next weekend. So here's how that looks in terms of daytime highs, and I note here that it is now midnight, so my graphics have just moved on me, so bear with me here. This is actually Sunday, this is Monday, this is Tuesday. This rarely happens where I go on and we flip the script at midnight, but my graphics are changing here. Again, this is going to be Sunday, this is Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of the week, a lot of temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, 70s rather, and then behind that, the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook here, very warm heading into the middle part of November, and we've got a chance to see maybe an above average forecast when it comes to rainfall. Certainly could use a little rain here over the next few weeks. We are definitely very dry. Once again, I do want to caution here, it just hit midnight, so my graphics have flipped over. This is going to be your Sunday. This is Monday and Tuesday. We're giving you the first alert for Monday and Tuesday, so don't pay attention to that here. So Monday 54, Tuesday 62, and then we're back into those mid to upper 70s as we head towards the end of the week and into the weekend. Of course, with those winds, we do have a gale watch in effect here for a few days. Very strong winds there on, again, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Tuesday, a lot easier to be out on the water. Stay with us. Sports is next.